Good morning. Yes, I am Kristen Symonds. My website is kristorella.com, where I've been blogging for ages, and I would like to tell you 15 cool things you maybe didn't know WordPress can do. So if you do know these things, pat yourself on the back as a WordPress guru, but hopefully you'll take away something that will make your WordPress usage a bit easier. So the first thing you maybe didn't know WordPress can do is that you can hide or reorder, rearrange dashboard widgets. So if we take a look at the WordPress dashboard, you've got 4 widgets here: at a glance, activity, quick draft, and WordPress news. Now, it might not be so important to hide these now, there's only a few of them, but as you install more plugins, you might find this page gets a bit overloaded and you want to hide some of that stuff. So to do that, you go to the Screen Options tab in the top right, and there you can uncheck whichever widgets you don't want to see. And then if you find there's a gap, you can just click and drag any of the other widgets into the space that you want. And this should save so that it's like that next time you come to your WordPress dashboard, and it will also be different for each different user you have on the site. So if everyone wants a slightly different dashboard, then you can do that too. The second thing you maybe didn't know WordPress can do is give you help right in the dashboard. So each page of the WordPress dashboard has a little help tab in the top right that explains what this particular page is for, what you can manage on this page, and also it has links on the right-hand side to the official WordPress.org documentation and to the WordPress.org support forums. Sometimes plugins use this help tab as well to give you more information on their settings and options, which can be super helpful, especially for something like WordPress SEO by Yoast that has a boatload of options. Yep. The third thing you maybe didn't know WordPress can do is that you can sort and reorder pages in your dashboard. You probably would have noticed that pages are listed alphabetically with child pages underneath their parent page. But that's not always so easy to find the page that you want when you've got heaps of pages. So you can also sort by publish date by clicking on the date title there, or by pure alphabetical order, click once for ascending and twice for descending. And that doesn't take into account the child pages. And then you can also order them on a more permanent basis by using the quick edit and page order. So say I don't want this Amazon store page to be at the top of my list all the time because I'm not going to be editing it very much. I can choose to quick edit it, and the order number by default on all pages is 0. If you go lower than that, say a negative number, the page will stay at the top of your pages list. If you do a higher number, it will go further down the pages list. So I'm going to do 5 because I hardly ever want to see that page. And then on my home page, I want to make sure that that's always really up to date. So I'm going to give that an order of -1, and it's going to stay at the top of my pages list each time I come back to my pages page. There is also a plugin that makes it easier for you to use those order numbers. The plugin, ask me what it's called if you want to know afterwards. I think it's just Easy Page Order, something like that, but I'll look it up. It uses those page order numbers but adds them just by you dragging and dropping your pages around the page, so that's quite cool. The fourth thing you maybe didn't know WordPress can do is bulk edit. So bulk edit is super handy for both posts and pages when you're making rearrangements on your site. So you use it using the bulk actions drop down at the top of the pages or posts list, and you select whichever pages you want to edit. Choose edit from the drop down and then click apply. And then you can change any of the common information about these pages. So it's really useful when you add a new theme that gives you different page templates. You can apply that page template to multiple pages, and you can turn comments off on all of those pages, which is probably the thing I use that for most. And then for posts, you can do the same thing, choose the ones that you want to edit, click apply, and then you can do things like make posts sticky or make them not sticky. So say you had something stuck to the top of your blog page, but it's no longer relevant, you can really quickly turn that off. You can add tags to all of those posts that are selected. And you can, if you've installed a theme that uses post formats, interestingly, you can change those as well. So this is really good when you're reorganizing content. Maybe you've made a few changes to the way you do categories and tags, and you can add categories or tags to multiple posts at once. The fifth thing you maybe didn't know WordPress can do is it's really easy to embed audio and video in your site. So it's super easy to embed videos from YouTube and Vimeo, and also quite easy to upload audio and video to your media library and embed a player right in your posts and pages. So I've got a link from YouTube ready to go here, and all you have to do is copy the URL in the address bar, and then what you want to do is make sure that you're on a new line, so don't paste it on the same line as some text you already have. Hit enter, paste the link, and that automatically embeds that into your post or page. And then adding audio or video that you've uploaded to your media library is almost easier than an image. You just choose to embed the media player and insert that into your post or page, and it automatically creates a player. The sixth thing you maybe didn't know about me is that I love emoji so much, and you did know that I love rabbits too. But WordPress now supports emoji. Not in every single field, so I tried to update my profile, my biography section, with some emoji on my user profile, and it didn't take. But you can definitely use it in posts and pages. So yeah, in your titles and your content. If you are on a Mac, you can access your emoji keyboard with Control-Command space, and it brings up that keyboard, and you can pop those emoji right in there. If you are on Windows, I don't think it has such a keyboard, but you can copy and paste emoji from a site like getomoji.com. So naturally, I'm looking for the rabbit because he's cool. Yeah, so there he is in the top row. I don't want to suggest that emoji in your titles are necessarily good for SEO. Quite frankly, I have no idea how Google feels about emojis, so you might want to not go too crazy with that. The seventh thing you may not know that WordPress can do, well, you probably do know that you can drag and drop media to upload it, but you maybe didn't know that you can actually drag and drop media from your computer onto your browser almost anywhere in WordPress to upload it when you're editing content. So you don't actually even have to click Add Media. You can just open up your file browser and drag those images straight onto your post or page editor, and it will bring up the media dialog and upload that for you. Uploading. And then related to that, you may not know that you can also edit images in WordPress. It's fairly limited, but it can be quite handy. So I just uploaded that image of my bunnies, but you can hardly tell that they're bunnies because they're way in the background there. You can scale your images, or if you want to crop it, you just click and drag across the image to create a selection, and then you click the little crop icon. There's also rotate and flip. So sometimes you might have uploaded an image from a phone and it's upside down or something like that. You can pretty easily rotate that. And you don't have to be afraid to use this because there is a restore image button. So WordPress actually keeps track of your original image, and if you want to restore that, then you can. The ninth thing you maybe didn't know about that WordPress could do is insert multiple images into a post or page at a time. So to do that, when you clicked Add Media, you can hold down Control or Shift to select multiple images at once, similar to how you would in your File Explorer. So Shift for a whole bunch of consecutive images, or Control for separate images. And then the one highlighted in blue is the one that you've got the attachment details on the right-hand side for. So for each one, you can click on it again to highlight it, to choose which size you want to put in, where you want to link that image to, and so on. So you may know about galleries, which I'm going to talk about in a sec. The main reason that you would use this multiple image insert rather than a gallery is if you want to have different settings on each image. So you might want to do different sizes, different link options. But if you don't need to have different options on each image, oh no, I've skipped ahead. So you can also change that selection of multiple images. So in the media dialog, there's an edit selection right at the bottom of the screen that I feel like almost nobody knows about. And you can rearrange the order of those images before you put them in the post, which is so much easier than trying to reorder them once they're already in the post. That's really finicky. And then you can also deselect images pretty easily from there as well. And then they all pop right into that post there. One of them's misaligned. There's a good reason for that. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so back to galleries. WordPress can do galleries as well, which is really cool for easily aligning a whole bunch of images. They show up nicely in a grid. Captions are nicely aligned if you're captioning your images. And some themes might do fancy things like only show the caption when you hover over an image, things like that. So to insert a gallery into your post or page, you go into Add Media as usual, but then you click the Create Gallery link on the left-hand side. And then you don't have to hold down Control or Shift, you just click on each image that you want to insert and it adds them all immediately. And then you click, once you've got all the ones you want to use, you click Create a new gallery in the bottom right there, and you get the option to change the number of columns it's displayed in, whether it's going to link to attachment page, media file, or no link at all, what size they should be, and you can caption those images. You get a second opportunity to do that as well. If you need to edit the gallery, you just click somewhere on it and it brings up the little icon, and you click that little pencil icon and you can come in and change the order, remove any images that you don't want in that gallery anymore, rearrange the order. Did I say that already? Might have. Yeah, so galleries, yeah, very nice in WordPress. On a different note, you may not know that you can add links to anywhere in your custom menus. So I'm sure you've added pages to a menu, but you can also add links to any other website or even fake links, which I'll get onto in a sec. So you might want to link to one of your other blogs. So I'm popping in the URL for my photo blog there and adding that to my menu. Make sure you save the menu because, yeah, it's not autosave like widgets are. The other thing that you can do is a fake link, as I said. So if you want, say, a parent item that is not actually a page, it doesn't link anywhere, but you want to put links underneath it as a drop down, what you can do is just put a hash in the URL. and put your link text and pop that into the menu, and that won't go anywhere when you click on it. And then you can put other links. So in this example, I'm popping in a link to my Twitter profile and making that a sub item of that follow me menu item. And then we can take a look at what that looks like on the front of the site. So you've got a nice little drop down there. And when you click on it, it does indeed go to my Twitter profile. The 13th thing that you maybe didn't know WordPress can do is give you a few more options of what you can put in your menu and how they are displayed. So that's Screen Options tab in the top right again. You can add more content types to link to in your menu. So for example, you could link to a tag archive page, and you can also turn on things like CSS classes and descriptions for each of your menu items. So some themes will show the description in smaller text under the main navigation link, and other themes might even let you designate icons for your menu items by using classes. So that's pretty easy to turn on. And then we can take a look at what the descriptions look like in this is the 2015 theme here with a blue skin on it. So yeah, you can see those little descriptions underneath the menu items right there. The 14th thing that you maybe didn't know WordPress can do is preview themes within the customizer. So previewing themes has been in WordPress for ages, but it was a bit less good before. So you couldn't do very much with it initially. You could preview the theme on your home page, and you couldn't set the menu or add widgets or do anything with it really, so you couldn't actually tell what it was going to look like. Whereas now in the customizer, you can choose which theme you want to preview straight from within the customizer, and you can set that theme up with if that particular theme happens to have featured content, you can pop in how you want that featured content to display. So in this case, I'm going to make those previously sticky posts my featured posts. And then you can also set up whether you want posts or a particular page on the front page. You can set your navigation menu. You always want to do that when you change theme. And so all of this that I'm doing now is not visible to anyone except me. So you can really properly test out a theme and decide if you want to activate it. So that header looks rubbish there. I really need to make it a long header, so I won't do that with this theme. And yeah, you can change colors around to your heart's content, and no one is going to know any better. They will keep seeing your nice pretty site on the front end. And then you can also click through to other pages and see how they're going to look with the settings that you have currently put in the customizer. So there's a really good proper theme preview there now. And the 15th thing that you maybe didn't know WordPress can do is preview those widgets in the customizer as well. I've decided widgets are like Ewoks because they're small and they can be quite helpful. Some are cuter than others, and they both have silly names with W in them. So in the customizer, there's a widget section, and so you can add widgets to any of your widget areas and see what they're going to look like and set them up the way that you want before your users will ever see it. So before, because the other widget management page in the dashboard auto saves, people would be seeing changes on the front of your site all the time. But now with the customizer and the preview, you can set up all your widgets and they'll be ready when you click save. So that's my 15 things for you today. Thank you. Are there any questions? Right down the back there.
Wondering whether there's anything that you could mention on using WordPress as kind of a networking side of WordPress.
As in social networking type?
No, as in setting the WordPress structure as a network.
Yes. Well, yes, I can show you that. Let me just, there are the image credits as well. They're all Creative Commons images, just so you know. Let me get out of this and show you how to do that. How much time have we got? 15? Cool. Alrighty. Let me just start up my test site. Okay. So WordPress Networks, there is a codex page on creating a network. So if you want to follow these steps, once you get home, you can do that, but I can show you quickly how to set up a network. I use a network on my blogs, so my photo blog and my blog and my craft blog, they're all on the same WordPress install on my server. And the way that you do that is you need to go to your config file. We can pretend that I am logged into my site via FTP, or you could use your host's file editor and open up that WP config file in whichever editor you prefer. And then you need a little teeny bit of code to turn multi-site on. Whoop, I even already have it in there. And then once you do that, you can reload your dashboard. And under Tools, there becomes this Network Setup option. Oh, okay. You can also bulk activate and deactivate plugins, and bulk delete plugins once they're deactivated, so that's quite handy too. So then you've got your network options there, and you can install, and then it asks you to edit the WP config file again. So you can pop that stuff right under the previous line that you added. It also asks you to edit your htaccess file, which has to do with the URLs and how your links in your site work. So you don't need to understand all of that stuff. You just need to copy and paste it into hidden files. Let me see if I can find it. So htaccess is indeed a hidden file, and I'm going to need another program to access it. So in FTP, I should have gone into my FTP app instead of this one. You know what, I'm going to do that. Transmit is my FTP app of choice. So that's my current WordPress rules. So begin WordPress and end WordPress, and I replace that stuff with what I copied from the dashboard. And then once you do that, you need to log in again. And the difference between a network and a single site is that you then get your My Sites and Network Admin menu item there, as well as your current sites menu item. Yeah. Any other questions? Look.
I was just, sorry, when you suggested that we could have sticky posts,
Yes.
how do you order sticky posts?
They're going to be ordered by date, so you pretty much can only order them by the publish date. So if you want, you can change them to make one newer or older. So let me take a look and test that out for you. So if I make those too sticky, apply. So Zombie Attack is first, I Have a Niece is second, and they get listed in the usual reverse chronological, so newest one is first. So if I wanted to make Zombie Attack second, I would need to make it published earlier than that one, so we'll make that February. It's a bit hacky, you don't really want to be changing the publish dates of your posts, but if you really want to reorder that, that is the simplest way. Oh, I may not have saved. Did I save? Oh, it's still not as, the year that was published a year before the other one, so we'll make that way, way back. So they're reverse chronological, and you'll probably just need to change the date to make one above the other one. No worries. Anything else? Yeah. Cool. Thank you. I'll be here the rest of the day if you have any other random questions about WordPress you want to ask. Thank you.